Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Watch. On this Monday, I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi here in the 9 News Weather Center. So overall, right, what we're looking at right now is fairly nice day for us here in the Denver area, but it's really what you can't see that's the big concern. It's going to be those temperatures, and specifically, it's that dew point. That is a very dry air mass, and that's why you have heightened fire concern for your day today. That's the big story here, folks. It is the high fire danger for this afternoon, in particular for us, not only in southeastern Colorado, but that fire danger does include us in the Denver area as well. And since we have a little extra time, kind of the thing to look at when you're looking at these numbers, the bigger the gap between the air temperature, which is 72 on this, and the dew point, which is 14, the bigger the gap that you have between that, generally speaking, the drier air mass that you have, and you've got a 58-degree spread between those two numbers. That is a fairly high one, so that is part of the concern. That said, the highest fire danger in Colorado today is going to be from the Palmer Divide and points south and east. Winds aren't particularly high today. That's our kind of saving grace at this point, but it's those very warm temperatures, and again, that very dry air mass. It's going to be of considerable concern. It does look like the San Luis Valley and much of southeastern Colorado included within that red flag warning, and that's where, again, our fire danger will be at its highest through the afternoon and evening. For your day today, temperatures do rise on up into the upper 70s, so around 80 degrees. And as I mentioned, we're already up to 72 degrees, so we may well overperform our forecast time, 77, with those winds ranging between about 5 and 20 miles an hour, depending on where you are in the Denver area. And those temperatures, again, rising up into the mid to upper 70s. A few spots will almost for sure touch 80 degrees, if not a bit higher than that later on today. By the way, if we do touch 80 degrees, that would be our warmest day so far this year, and we are quite likely to get to that point. Now, HD Doppler radar showing a fair bit of cloud cover overhead, and that's the reason why I'm a little skeptical about how much warmer we'll get. We'll probably get a few degrees warmer, but those mid to high level clouds fairly persistent, especially from I-70 on north, and that is all out ahead of our next storm system. That's leading to a lot of heavy rain for Southern California here on this Monday morning, and that rain and that snow will travel east and eventually reach us here in Colorado and throughout the Southwest. For your day tomorrow, it's that rain and eventually some of that snow that reaches us here in Colorado. High temperatures about 20 degrees colder than today's, with those isolated afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. I should say isolated storms with showers fairly widespread during the afternoon tomorrow. So, kind of break it down for you. During the morning hours, I think we'll see mostly clear conditions in the Denver area, but it's in the mountains where that snow first develops. Then as we head through the morning hours, clouds thicken on up here in the Denver area, and those first showers could start to develop as you get a bit closer to noon. And by early tomorrow afternoon, those showers really filling on in along the Front Range and throughout much of eastern Colorado. And again, we do have enough energy that tomorrow we could be talking about some rumbles of thunder. Then all that clears on out, and then we'll be talking about some slush overnight Tuesday into early Wednesday. I don't think that will be a big deal here in Denver, but where it could be a fairly big deal is on up in the mountains, where we could be talking about 5 to 10 inches of snow above 9,000 feet in elevation through your Wednesday. And wouldn't be surprised if those advisories are expanded a little further east as we head through the day today. But in the Denver area, there's not much to really worry about unless you're at 6,500 or 7,000 feet or above. That's where you could see a slushy 2 to 3 inches of snow. But I think here in Denver, that snow is going to be mainly confined to car tops and grassy surfaces, and likely under an inch of accumulation. This is one computer forecast model. I'm not sure that we see exactly zero. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with a slushy half inch, maybe an inch of snow early Wednesday morning. But for the most part, and a closer look in here at the Denver area, this is, again, the European computer forecast models forecast totals. It's maybe a little low here in Denver, but the point is it's just not going to be impactful for us here in the Denver area. If we see an inch of snow, it would be on grass, it would be on car tops, it would not be a big deal. Where we could see some slush sticking to roads would be in the Palmer Divide, in the foothills, 6,500 feet or above. So that would be the west side of Golden, Evergreen, Conifer. That's where you're talking about maybe 2 to 3 inches of slushy accumulation. But aside from that, I think even Castle Rock, there at a little over 6,000 feet, may be too low to really get in on much of this snowfall. So the good news is we don't really have too much to worry about with that storm system. We do get another one on Friday, and I was just taking a look at it. At this point, it doesn't look like a particularly impactful storm. Looks like this one's a little further north, but at this point, it doesn't look like we'll be seeing a ton of rain or snow on Friday, but we do certainly get some in the picture during the day on your Friday. Then we clear on out for your Saturday and your Sunday before a few more clouds, and the potential for a bit more rain or snow returns to the picture for us as we get into the start of next week. So overall, we've got, again, the fire danger today. Tomorrow we get some of those showers, flipping over to some snow, and then as we get into your Wednesday morning, could see a little slush out there, especially in the foothills and the divide, but no big deal, at least in terms of snow over the course of the next few days. Hopefully it gives you a pretty good idea about what to expect over the next little while. If not, don't worry. I'll be coming up here at 9 News at noon with more details, as well as Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin is in later on this afternoon and this evening with that forecast at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 on the 9 News family of networks. In the meantime, again, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and we'll see you right back here on 9 News at noon.